we live in a society, which I may jump ahead in our conversation, in which we allow a president to do Mr. Trump, to do remarkable things. One, to constantly misspeak about tariffs. By now it's intentional, because we're going to hit the Chinese. Chinese people don't pay our tariffs. We do. The tariff is a tax on imports. All right? That means the Republican Party, for 100 years, the party advocating tax cuts, has become overnight a party championing taxes, namely tariffs. That already ought to make people go, what's going on here? But he slides out from that by having large numbers of Americans, all the polls show it, think that the tariff is paid by the people over there, not America. It isn't. No, it's real simple. It isn't. But number two, he never tells you what are the, how do I put this? What are the negatives? What are the side effects of a tariff? Now, tariffs have been around for centuries. There is an immense literature in economics about tariffs. There's nothing new about it. There's nothing unheard of. If you take a course in international trade, in any economics program that I'm familiar with, and I'm familiar with a lot of them, I've taught this material. You teach it. There's a segment of the course about tariffs. And what you do is you teach, when are tariffs used? What do they achieve? What are the problems? What are the negative and positive, and they're both, side effects? But we have a president who talks about this is a win-win-win-win situation. This is moronic. It doesn't understand the literature, which never says that. It doesn't understand even what it is doing. And it's a continual fooling of the people into thinking that, we're going to reshore, bring industry back because we're going to make it too expensive for them to. Yes, there'll be some of that, but there'll be all these other things which the literature is full of, because these are lessons that have been learned by people who did this. All of this is magicked away. It's a stunning, that Mr. Trump, he doesn't understand it. It's clear to me, because if he did, the level of lying, maybe he's capable of it, but I'll give him the benefit that I find that hard to understand. But that the New York Times and the others, Paul Krugman writes for the New York Times. He's a Nobel Prize, and his specialty is international trade. He knows. Come on. And many like him know. But there's this America, and that's, again, the legacy of the Cold War. You don't. Even this weird Trump character, because these are often liberals that don't like him, they can't bring themselves to be reasonably critical. That may change, but for the moment, I'm here explaining the economics of tariffs to people. I do it all the time because they ask all the time, and you should see them in the audiences. They're all. That's because I'm telling them something that they don't know, and that's not their fault. That should be. What are you doing, mister? Why are you doing a tariff when you know that, yes, you will protect the jobs of the immediately affected, but there are all these other consequences? What?